You can see there's a lot here, big, small, all size, but of white leghorn chicken. Actually, I got 100. Well, one box is 186 eggs over there already. Here now, to go to the combine, I'm going to show you this combine, the Delta, the Massey Delta, 9380. It would be the only customizations you can put, and I've got Michelin wheels on it and crawler tracks. You can do that, or wide tires. I have standard with Michelin. And the head is the head there was a grain head that came in the pack. Oh, no. The head that's on there right now, excuse me, this head is an in-game head. It's the 16 row. I'll show you. Up here, the corn headers. It's that one there, Quasar HS16. Now, back over here, what I'm going to use to cut the soybean with right there, I do have a head sitting here. Now, this head came with this tractor, this combine rather, excuse me. It is, let's go into grain heads now, and I'll show you. Go across. There it is. It's a 35-foot power flow. Now, it's not a draper. So if you're using it on a map where it's narrow or what have you, you will need a header trailer. But on this map, I don't need no header trailer, and I prefer not to use one. You can see the inside of it as we're early in the morning on mid-autumn, 8 o'clock in the morning. It's got a window back here that you can see. Oh, well, didn't realize. Here's a good point. We can't. Let's see what the moisture is here. It is 22%. It needs to be around 18 to 20 crop moisture. You see that 22%? And the ground's only 5, but the crop moisture is what we're more concerned with, which is right up under the 100% growth there. So yeah, I had not noticed that sign on top of the screen. So we can't do any harvesting. So in the meanwhile, let me scoot to my Mahindra, and I will show you the rest of the map till that moisture dries off. Anyway, first, let's go in this. This here is container housing. It does have a thing there, you see, sleep. Actually, I could fast forward it still. It's still dark enough. I could do 2 hours, but I don't want to do that. Let's go in. Oddly enough, inside this house, let's see the light switch here. There it is. Now it's a bright light switch. See what I mean? Fluorescent light. You have a desk. You have a sink right here. And another one over here with your couch and your TV. Look what's on the TV here, folks. And old tractor there. Picture. 2 window units. Look here. There's a picture of another map somewhere. Alien Jim. The Alien Jim didn't do these. I'll show you in a minute in game. No bathroom in here. No commode. Let me show you. That's where Alien Jim has you covered. Watch here. For those of you who don't know what it is, some people call it the privy. Most privies didn't have electricity though, or the outhouse, as us country folks call it. And anyway, let me turn the light off in here, and we'll move along with the tour of the map. This map actually has trees on it But you can, well, you can cut them down, and that's what I did. And the rocks, you can get rid of them too, and I did that. So let's move along. Yeah, this is my cotton field up on top of the hill up here. Or cotton this time. Oh, I'm about to forget. Let me show you where to get those container homes. You go in, well, down to farmhouses. It's a mod. Now, you see these two right here, that's Alien Jim has done them. Particularly for this, especially for this map and Sussex Farms. Here's the mods that I downloaded. There's a single one and a double. I got the double. And it's not down the hill here. Again, this is my cotton field. And I had sunflower seed in this field right here. But I've already harvested it, and I got it cultivated and fertilized to 67%, ready to plant in. First stop on our tour down here is shed facility. These two sheds, both are in, again, these are Alien Jim. They're mods, but they're for this map. I'll show you what I mean. There it is, warehouse. They have garages, lighting. Let me show you. You see the lighting? And one other neat little thing. See, it says skylight. If you get that icon right over it. Well, I didn't get it over it. Let's try this again. See, there it goes. It's closed now. It did work. My bad. Anyway, let me turn the lights off now. But one other thing. You see this box here? You can open it. That's all you can do is open and close it. Turn the lights off. Well, wait a minute. I ain't up close enough. It also has a working garage inside and out switch. Both these buildings are identical. Now, we can get on next stop on the tour here. The greenhouses. Again, this is all this stuff was used on Sussex Farm, and you can use it all here. Listen, you can go in here. And you can go out there if you want to, but I'm gonna go back out the door. But all you have to do with these get you $1,000 an hour for 24 hours. All you have to do is keep manure, see up in the left hand corner, manure and water levels at 95%. And that is lemons, by the way. The yellow is lemons. Over here we have tomatoes. Let me show you where they're at. So if you come on this map, go into miscellaneous, scroll all the way across to here. I didn't download these. These are already in here. See, there's a whole lot of stuff here. There you go. Lemons and tomatoes. And there's a watermill you could put down. See, it says $1,000 an hour down there. Easy money. Now, while we're right here, I'm going to show you my chickens pen. Here they are. And I've got one box that is completed. and each box full holds 150. If you didn't know that, now you do. This one has only got 38 in it right now, but I'm gonna have to put me a warehouse. Let me check and see the feed. They all good on feed. See, and it says 38 eggs down there. These are the white leghorns. And let's see how much I could get if I was to sell right now. $4 a piece. I paid $5. So they've dropped $1. But the eggs is what's going to make you the money. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Whoop, she's saving, y'all. Let's scroll across here. There's the eggs right there. Nearly $5,000 a thousand or a ton. That is crazy. Now, where's my Mahindra at? Next stop, pellet factory. And I got something down there I want to show. Oh, before I do that, let's look at this pond here. This is not on this map initially, but folks, if you go into landscaping and you lower the ground too low, this water will come out of nowhere. But interestingly enough, when I saw this start happening, I was like, okay, wonder if I can use it to water my greenhouses. And yes, the tank I have over here, I'll show you. I'll run back over here right quick. This tank right here, I fill it up. You have to pull right to the deepest point of it, which is in the center, and it'll fill right up. It'll give you up on the upper right hand corner, it'll give you the icon, the signal to refill tank when it needs it. I started to edit that out, landscape that out, then I decided to keep it. It looks natural. Here's the bell sell point. I always like to have that. It gives you a little bit different prices on different things. And here is my pellet/pallet station, and the shed where I keep all of that equipment, my mower, my windrower. And I guess you're wondering why I got a windrower and a mower there that windrows. And of course, the Primo. Ooh, that's a pole there, Darren. Anyway, the reason for the windrower, let me show you. First off, let me do an aerial if I can, of this whole. Okay, so you can get a better view. This field right here is grass. That you see the green square in that, I'll show you in a minute. It's grass, and it stays grass. It's 100% fertilized. I'll show you. These other three, I'll rotate grains in, not necessarily for the grain. I'll harvest the grain, but I'm mainly doing it for straw. I have other fields that I can plant and get other crops off of, and I got plenty more space on this map if I need more fields. Anyway, let me show you now. Let me bring this back here. Come out. Show you. I got nice paved roads. I made these roads up between the fields. Now those two fields over there that I'm getting ready to harvest doesn't have the paved roads. I left them kind of natural for that very reason. But you see, this is grass. It's just been harvested. And let's see what see, it's 100% fertilized, no growth, because it's just been harvested. I just finished harvesting it yet on previous day on this game. So And there's our pellet sale point. One of them, that's for both pellets, hay and straw. This is for straw pellets and wood chips. This is the heat plant. The bonus, and those you don't know, I'll show you where that is, what that looks like in the store here. There it is right there. It's a mod you have to download. It was an extra part of that straw harvest pack. Didn't come out at the same time as the rest, but it did come out. And this was an interesting thing here. You probably wonder why I got an edge grain sell point here. Folks, this is the only other, besides those two that came with the straw harvest, this is the only other mod that you can sell pellets to. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to the screen here. It's the edge grain vault. And I'll highlight it up. There we go. Let's go all the way over. The very last two things. All right, there's pellets. You see, I got it highlighted. You can sell pellets there. You can sell a lot of stuff at that edge grain vault sell point. You can sell a lot of things. You can sell straw, you can sell hay, silage, TMR, seeds, fertilizer. So it's a good sell point to put down. It's a multi-sell point. And of course, this is the place to make the pallets. I've been in here, but I have not made the first pallet on this map. I've been so busy getting this map together, I haven't had a chance really to do that. But as I started to say earlier, the reason for the windrower, this cutter will leave a windrow, but this Primo does not pick it up as well. So what I do when I cut the grass is I cut it flat. Then I use, and this is not your regular in-game Kun windrower. Let me show you which one it is. And there's a reason I use. It's this one right here. It's the Kun GA 9531, and it can actually be Deutz, Klaas, Lila, and Kun. Let's go back out a minute. Oh, I messed up. And you see the different colors. I mean, you could turn it that color and pass it for a John Deere, even though, and leave Kun on it. It would fit in with your John Deere if you're doing John Deere farm. I left it red because I'm doing Massey on this farm. Here's the reason, two reasons. You can move those round turns, wheels individually. That's why it's called mouse control. You can hold one up and put one down. But not only that, this thing fast farms. You can set the fast farm like you do with the planters, and you can mow down windrow in a big area fast. And another neat thing, that I've been working on this Primo myself and my buddy One Dog, and he's the one found a neat little trick with this Primos to force it to pick up better. When you hook it up to your tractor and you line up to the first row to pick up, set your cruise to 4 miles an hour, and it will pick all but maybe that is if you windrow it using this windrow, the grass, and of course the straw, whatever combine you're using, it'll pick up. It does better with straw than it does with hay. Different texture, because this Primo does not recognize that as hay. It'll pick up about 15% and then it stops. You pick it up. What it recognizes as hay is the light green color of dried grass when you cut it. That's what the color of hay is in the base game. Non-seasons is light green. When you ted it in non-seasons, it turns light green, the hay, and that's what that Primo recognizes as hay. Now, but getting back to what I said, you set your cruise control to 4 miles an hour, even when you're doing grass, most especially when I say grass, I mean hay. When you're picking up the hay, it will pick all but about 20 to 25 pounds or liters in little small low places. And that's why I got this loading wagon down here to pick up the other little tidbits and just put in your silo, you know, over there on my silos. By the way, those silos hold 500,000. Those are, let me show you, those are no simple silo. That's a modded silo, and it's an extra large multi-fruit silo right there. Holds 500,000 liters, or 500 tons, however you want to say it. Anyway, so far this is what I've got on this map. It's let me show you. That purple square is where, if you start off on New Farm, where you begin. I didn't start off on New Farm. I started on Farm Manager, and all of this stuff, myself and Dog, my buddy Dog, who's not with us today, helped set all this up for the most part. Help me. When you first come on here, though, it's not going to be flat like this. To get it flat like this, let me do a fast travel up here to the shop, and I'll show you kind of the area. Well, okay, yeah. Come out of the shop. You're going to start here, right about where I'm standing. What you need to do is come down here, about in here somewhere, right about here. There'll be two little signs in front of some tree. It'll be a little cleared out place. You'll need to buy this piece of property, or there's two signs. One says cut this sign down and get rid of all the trees. The other says cut this sign down and get rid of all the rocks. Well, as you can see, the rocks, somewhat where they were, it allows you to flatten them when you go into landscaping. Otherwise, you ain't going to be able to flatten them. But, you know, that's what. And you see, I'm not using a lot of much big equipment. The biggest horsepower I got is right there. 8737, 400 horsepower. More than enough to do the job with the Primo. I got Big Brute and of course the Terrogator here to sling the manure. And I do have these two planters. These are horse pack. Here, I'll show you. My DLC planters. They're not in game. And they're good planters. You can fast farm with both of them. There's the one that plants your regular crops. And then up here on the planters is the other one. Let's see. Which one? I gotta remember which one that is. Maestro 16.75. Okay. I gotta go back to them now, because there's two. It's this one here. I got 12 meter on both. They have 18 meter right there, but I didn't need no bigger than 12. 220 horses. Because I'll show you why. And this, yeah, I'll show you why. Follow me. Well, let me fast travel. Right there's why. This tractor here, this little, I say he ain't little, this Massey right there, will pull that smaller planter. I go back to my Mahindra now. It will pull it. And you won't need anything else. Let me get back to the shed. I want to talk to you about that 8140 I got sitting in the shed. If you like a good mid-size or smaller size, well, I don't call that a small size tractor. Let me tell you what, it's impressed me. That I've been pleasantly surprisingly impressed by it. I'll get the words right in a minute. This Dynasty Massey Ferguson is an older tractor, 8140. Let me go in here and show you. It came out with Modern Classic pack that came out a few weeks ago. I had it was in the pack. I believe it's in medium tractors. if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there it is. And I got it with Trelleborg tires, and I don't think I have the, yeah, I do have, my bad, I do have the, I think I had the heel cup on the front, but I do. And you can't change the horsepower. I don't have front fender because it looks more better without, I never have, when I was driving tractors, they didn't have no front fenders on. Of course, it wasn't four-wheel drive either. But that to me looks retarded if you ask me. Them wheels don't deserve, they don't need to have a dang fender anyway. But this it's only 160 horses. And both this plow and this cultivate, this disc harrow here, 180 horses. I thought, I ain't gonna be able to pull it with that. I'll have to get something bigger. Wrong. Surprisingly wrong. It pulls both of these in the field, down in the dirt, at something like 7-8 miles an hour. Easily, no problem, uphill. In fact, this field with the cotton in it that I got up here, I cultivated it with that disc harrow right there behind this here 8140. And let me tell you what, this is a outstandingly good tractor. It's an older model, but needless to say, it is a great tractor. I've been really surprised. Two tractors I have been surprised how much horsepower, how good they really are. This one and that 6M right there that I got highlighted. Really good, both of them. Mods. 36 slots for the 6M, and let me see, go in the garage, I'll tell you how many slots. 14 for that, for the 8140. But really two great tractors there. If you're a Massey fan like I am, you have to have that. You know, y'all know on Pacific Northwest map, I do have Pacific. I got all John Deere, but and this combine down here, I was surprised to see it come out, because the day before it came out, folks, I ain't gonna lie to you, I had just, and then the next day, boom, and I hadn't seen nothing indicating it was coming out. I just thought that to myself, and sure enough, there it was. This was one of my favorite, it was my favorite big combine on 17, the 9380. It's a good combine, great combine. Holds 12,500, 496 horsepower. But I'm going to have to fast forward here a little bit, folks, till we can get, whoop, she's saving, so I can get the busy harvesting. The dew won't burn off the ground. Let me check it right quick before I fast forward. I'll tell you. We'll go right here to these beans. Plant moisture, it's still at 22%. Alright, so now let's I normally don't like to do this much, but to get that off. Yep, she's gone. Now, nope, she ain't. My bad, I misread it. She's down to, oh no, she's still at 22. Okay, let's fast forward some more. She's down to 21, so she's fixing, probably at 10 o'clock, it'll be where I can harvest. She's at 20%. I'll bet the farm this was frost on here, and that's why it's taking longer for it to burn off. Maybe by 11 o'clock she'll be ready, I don't know. Generally at 20%, but it really likes it better at 19 is where it really likes to get it to. Well, we're at 11 o'clock. And she's gone. Let's stop the time now. Now. So everything's ready to harvest now. Let's go down here. And I'll check this again to make sure. Yep. 19%. So we're good. It's got to be 19 or less, folks. And we're off. Not going to take me that long to get all the... Fact is, these are smaller fields here. These two, my smallest two. And I'm going to do a headland. I get this thing to turn around. And right there, folks, that building straight ahead is where you buy your animals and sell them, right by the shop up there. Foot. I'm missing something. I'll do it by hand. Won't do cruise control. That's what's causing the problem. Here we go. Now get up this little bit of a hill. And these were the first two fields that I plowed out when I came on this map, right here. Look back here, the window, you can see the corn back there. Tight in here. It's a really good map since they've added those signs in where you can get rid of the trees and rocks pretty easily. It is a tremendous map. Howbeit, whenever Stone Valley comes out, I'll still be making the switch there too, and Millennium. I'm going to give both of them a fair share run. And in the meanwhile, I'm hoping that Massey pack that I did the broadcast on yesterday off of 17, I hope it comes out too, because I'll be using some of that on here. But this is No Man's Land, and Alien Jim done a really fantastic job with this map. You know, it's not perfect, but it ain't bad. I mean, this field here, you can see it got a little bit of a hill. I leveled it out myself, landscaped it. Not even gonna be 12,000 in this. liters per pound. In this field, only going to be about 10, looks like. No, not even that. About 94. Nope, 93. I'll pull over here and hold up the head and put this in the truck. And then I'll take this head in a minute, put it in the shed, and then hook to that grain head over there. And folks, you won't find a better truck for doing just what I'm doing here than that kipper right there. Man kipper. I use it for a lot of things on this map. Meanwhile, while that's working, I'm gonna get my tractor here, the 8140, my favorite, and see the dash inside here, folks. And I'm gonna swing around and hook to this disc here, take it over there and have it ready. So one of them two fields is empty, I can cultivate with it. Yes, you heard me right. I'm gonna disc and cultivate with it. If Dog was doing this, he'd have this whole map in one ginormous field, because he likes to go DJ Gohan on these deals, but I haven't let him go wild on this one yet. Take this head and put it up, pull down here in the shed, and I'm through with it now. And it don't need servicing or anything. I think I'm just going to park it on up here somewhere. And then I'm going to pull out and hook to that grain head and boogie across that field. But before I start across that field, I'm going to take that corn and put it in the silo. What? I ran past it. Look at there. Let me take this. Yeah, 9,378 pounds or liters, so 9 tons of corn right there. And over. Not quite 9.5 tons corn, which is not too bad on that smaller field, and almost hit that light pole. Ooh, that was close, folks. Now, this is soybean. This field's a little bit bigger than that back one over there. Oop. See, that's where a 40 or 45-foot draper would have caught that little dab and get it on the edge a little better. And folks, I haven't forgot about Pacific Northwest, still got that. I'm just playing on here for a little bit. Just a change of scenery, change of view, if you will. Trying something else out. this combine, I like I say, it was my favorite big one on 17, and it's vastly becoming my favorite on here. Very fastly and vastly. The eye on the chickens down there. Finish doing this field before I seed it in. And I'm sure some of you are probably wondering, well, why do you, if you've seen up there on top of the hill that case harvester, cotton harvester, why do you have a case? Because I don't like the John Deere one. I'll be honest with you, it's just not my favorite. I don't like the dual chambered cotton harvester. And so I prefer to use the case one. My preference is to use the case. Oh, let me turn around here and I'm gonna get this last swipe and then unload this in the truck, and we'll be through with that truck. Well, at least harvesting wise, might have to put some stuff to my greenhouses and some feed to my chickens with it, and that's how I use that truck doing that. And that's got it. Only 38. I'm gonna pull over here out of the way, bring the truck. Well, I might can get to that truck. Yeah, I can get to that truck. By the way, I do have a chaser bin in there. While that's unloading, I'll walk in and show it to you. But for them fields, I knew we weren't gonna need it. For them bigger fields, I use it. It's this horse, and let me show it to you in the game under, obviously, chaser bins. It come in the horse pack. Never had used it before, right there, because I thought it had track wheels and you couldn't change them, but I never paid attention. You could do that, and it holds 34,000. So nice. And it does have a cover too. See? So let's get back out here. She's probably empty. Yep. Now, I'm gonna fold up the head harvester, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with this. This is another reason I like Alien Jim made these buildings just right. Watch what I can do here. I can take this all the way to the back and put it on that back wall where it's not in anybody in it. I can't talk today. Not in anybody's way. Oh, crud, I didn't run. I need to learn how to drive, don't I, folks? Hitting that head there. Let's see. I can back the truck. Now let's go dump the truck. And we'll see about the greenhouses and the chickens before I start with the cotton. Well, I want to show you how that tractor can pull that cultivator, this harrow first. Let's swing around here. Ooh, almost hit the corner of the building, didn't I? And the way you check, either walking or in a vehicle, you pull up right there, see on the upper right hand corner? It's there at 93%, so 83%, excuse me. Eyesight playing trick on me. Had to pull up in bifocals where I could see, folks. 83%, it's not too bad right now. Let's check the chickens. Yeah, they need some some feed, so I'll put some barley in there. And you see, that's enough. Take this over there and put them some barley, and then I'll bring the truck back and park it. Dump that whatever they don't eat, don't take out, and park it. Because we're through with this truck for now. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do with it. Yep, let me go. And see, there you go. Hey, good. 69 eggs is what it's saying. And let me see what's probably in that first box. Here's a neat little trick with this meter. Put it on the box. See, 69, that's the one that is reading. This one's full. 150, see? I'm gonna take this and dump it out, and I think I'm gonna just leave it sitting right there by the greenhouses, because I'll have to put some manure and stuff, water to them. I use the truck to do all of that. Dump this wheat back, or barley back in there, rather. And then we'll get on to 8140 and cultivate right quick. Won't take long, but I'm gonna cultivate both of them at the same time. Real life, you wouldn't normally do that, but I'm going to on here because you can. No, wrong track. Alright, watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going over here next to this wall and do that pass first. Go down with it. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. This, and before I start, I'm going to go in and show you what kind of horsepower this thing, it recommends. 180. Go to the garage. I got one in here. I can do it in here. 180 horsepower. But that tractor is 160. But it will pull this like there's no tomorrow, like you ain't got nothing behind it. Drop it down. You can't fast farm, but watch. Don't let the horsepower fool you. And the same thing with the plow in the shed there, it does the same thing. It'll pull it up that hill over yonder, go straight on. But in real life, you couldn't do that. You would plow, you would disc all that up. But in the game, you can get away with it. It'll let you. That's where they need to improve and make the game more realistic. Now, I will stop here, back up, and swing around like that. I like to cultivate my fields no matter what I'm planting in them, where I'm, whoa, I don't want to, because, and I'm going to go back across here because it's so close to the road there, I want to, and if y'all hear something in the background, that my dad's got the radio on outside in the yard, so hear something that sounds like somebody talking beside me, that's him. I mean, that's the radio, excuse me. He likes to get out there and listen to the radio in the yard while he works. Anyway, getting back to this. This is a great tractor. The 160, I mean, it's more than just 160 horsepower. Trust me. Watch what I'm going to do when I get down here at the end. I'm going to get to the middle and go straight down the middle. It's doing 10 miles an hour with this thing behind it. I told you it was about 7 or 8, but actually it's 10. And not bucking a bit. See, we're going uphill right here. And blame birds is in my field already. Look at there. No, that ain't bird, that's a shadow. My eyesight's not very well today either, is it, folks? And I got bifocals on, thinking them shadows is birds. Well, they look like it. But there is birds on this map, crows. Anyway, and you see what the dash looks like in here. I mean, it's as good a tractor as you will find anywhere. I got fertilizer, put manure and then, no, liquid and then manure on these, but I may go on and start harvesting that cotton up there first. But I really do like this cultivator, can't talk, this hair behind this tractor. It's a really nice disc hair, a really nice, and this was a pleasant surprise with this tractor. I didn't think it had the kind of horsepower to pull nothing like this, but it has shockingly surprised me. But I should have known. Well, even though this is game, the Massey's outpull most anyway. I mean, I've seen ones I use when I farm. Man, we pull some stuff with them. Now let me tell you, that's another time, another place. And see, just like that, both them fields are cultivated. I'm gonna pull her up here and fold her up. And I'm gonna head up the hill, because I'll have to cultivate up there on the hill where that cotton is. When they get through, I get the cotton out of there. But folks, don't overlook this just because it's only 160 horsepower. Go ahead and download that Modern Classic pack. It's a good pack. There's some good tractors in there. This is one of them. And where's my hinder now? Bring it up the hill. But let's gotta crank it up first, ain't it? And so folks, I'm gonna park it right here, and whoa, did you see it jump? Got a little air there, folks. Anyway, folks, this is Farm King, well, saying until next time, goodbye.